Happy New Year, and we are back. Yo, 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 we are back. We are back. Happy New
Yes,
Year.
it's been over a month since we went offline. Let's say we decided to take a break from our show
Mm.
so that we can deliver you new value in 2022. Um, some things has changed, and you will see. One of the things that I just noticed that changed is the fact that whenever we started our previous shows, our previous episodes, I heard the church bells from the church near to my place, and
Mm.
now it's 1/2 past, so there are no bells. So that's
No,
changing.
no more destruction.
No more distraction.
Yeah.
Uh,
Cool.
so so the schedule for today is for us to discuss mine and Zane year-end reviews, and then our mutual together review of the newborn hustlers, of what we have achieved with the show last year, what we have learned, what kind of learnings we can deliver to you, what you can take from it if you want to start your own business, your own podcast, and we will tell you about our plans for this year. We are so happy to see that already 6 people joined us today.
Yay, your
That
friends.
that's really great. We are really happy about it. I hope you will stay with us until the very end. It's going to be only 20 minutes. That's one of the changes that we introduce for this year. So, Zane, start with your year-end review.
Okay, so let's start with my year-end review. So my 2021 has been very exciting. I think I've done lots of things which I won't go through, but I'm just going straight into learnings. And I think, as someone who is like, you're starting to build up a hustle, etc. And one of the biggest learning I've learned, and I wanted to share with everybody who is listening, if I think we're starting a new business or a new thing in this new year, all I would say is this thing which I learned, which is don't complain and just take responsibility for anything that you want to create. It's easy to say, oh, this doesn't work, or someone is doing it better than me, someone is already doing this, X, Y, and Z. But then you have to really take responsibility to go, you know what? Everything that you can make happen in life or not make happen in life, you can make happen in business or not happen in business, it's all on you. You take the credit, but you also take all the responsibility, all the blame, all the fault, etc. And that was the biggest lesson for me, because when I realized that is the case, I go, okay, things that work for me, it's my credit. But the things that don't work for me, I know it's on me. I can do something about them. And when you realize that you have the power to be able to do something, you take the ownership of the issue back into yourself. You say to yourself that I can go work on the skills, or I can work on the mindset, or I can learn from somebody else to be able to tackle this. So I think after that learning, the reason why I say that is because Dan, you probably would know, is that I created this new Telegram group called Zaneverse, where I educate people for free about what crypto is about, what is blockchain, and all this sort of stuff. And in 2 months' time, I get the group from 0 people to now 100. And without me expecting anything, I also make money out of education for free, and people willingly pay for it. There was no sales that goes behind it. It was just value up front and being really transparent and honest with people. And then the transaction happens. So that taught me a big lesson, but it wouldn't have happened if I hadn't just go, okay, I'm going to go all in on this. I'm going to do everything I can. So for me, taking responsibility on everything that works and doesn't work is really, really important. Don't blame it on anyone else. For me, that was the biggest learning I learned in 2021. What about you, Dan? What you
Okay,
got to share?
so quick. Okay, so um, I would like to name few of my sins that I have committed in 2021.
Mm,
So first of all, I forgot about the education. You should never forget about the education. So at some there were periods where I was when I was not reading books, I was not doing any online courses, so I really didn't. Um, at some points in 2021, I didn't really grow my knowledge, my expertise, my mindset. So that's one of the sins. And another one is not enough self-discipline and not enough consistency. I used to start many things in 2021, but very often I fell off the track of the cart of the wagon of being disciplined, of being consistent, and that was a major issue for me, definitely. Not enough planning and not enough preparation. So when you want to uh, let's say it metaphorically. So if you want to shoot for the stars, you definitely have to build very, very solid rocket. You really need to think through the all the details about your rocket, about your spaceship that will take you to the stars. So definitely that's one of the things that I missed in 2021. Another one is not enough advertising. It's in regards to my business. So I was doing advertising for people, but I was forgetting to advertise myself, to advertise my business. And in the consequence, I didn't get as many clients as have. Uh, I should have got. And not enough aggression, I would say. Maybe aggression sounds negative to you, but aggression can be also be positive, like aggression coming from determination to be really pushy. Sometimes you need to be pushy, like if you want to be a player in what you're doing in business, you need to use your elbows, like you need to get there and you need to make a space for yourself.
You need to be on the offense.
Yes, you need to be on your offense, not defense. And the
Yeah.
last thing, very important thing that caused quite significant change of mindset in me lately, we need to ditch the idea of altruism, of committing ourselves to other people. That was
Mm.
my problem, I guess, through the whole year. I was so freaked out about delivering value to people, me delivering value to people, but not getting anything back. It's
Mm.
good to deliver value to people. It's good to produce value to people, but you need to take of yourself, because if you don't take care of yourself, no one will. And this change of mindset was caused by this book. The title is in Polish, but it's a Russian American author, Ayn Rand. The book title in English, it's Fountainhead. So strongly recommended. It's really thick book, as you can
Yeah.
see.
Wow.
I'm not even halfway through,
It's
but
like a dictionary.
besides reading it, I started to discover the philosophy of individualism and the philosophy of being objective. So that's what you really need to focus on. Apparently, loads of people from business, entertainment, and politics in the US are so freaked out about this book. So I think that there is great merit in this book, in what Ayn Rand has to say. So that's it when it comes to my review and learning from 2021.
Sounds good. Let's jump into this. We also want to review, for those people who are listening or who are watching or who are new to the world of newborn hustlers, we started this. I think we first had the conversation in March 2021. Is it something March, April, something like that?
It was first week of March.
first week of March. I remember it was March, yeah. And then we had a chat, and then we started this thing in, I'm pretty sure it was somewhere like April. And then we did 40 episodes, right? Every single week. I don't think we missed a week. Same time, same place. We had a structure that we follow. And then we delivered 40 episodes all the way until Christmas of last year. And then we took a little break to sort of like just refresh ourselves, rejuvenate, recharge, re-energize. We need some time off to think about things, come from a different perspective. But then we also did a bit of a review to go, what can we do to make ourselves? I think going back to your point, right? We didn't actually start from what can we do to make people love this thing. We started with what can we do to make ourselves enjoy this more, so that we are in this more, so that people can feel it and then they can enjoy it. Because that, I think, goes back to what putting the focus back onto ourselves, right? It's not like we do things the way that other podcasts are doing, then we are trying to copy other people, or we're trying to. One of the things we talk about, and the first thing I want to review is that don't pretend that you have to be someone else. It's like I was thinking that I was trying to pretend someone who is quite good in a hustle or a business, when the truth is I'm just starting and I'm just learning, and I don't want to portray myself as like a guru or like a teacher, because I'm learning too. So we had a chat about all of these things, and I think the lesson is we started there, which is what can we do, what can we change to focus a lot more in what we're doing. Because if we enjoy it, we'll put more time in it, we will improve what we're doing, and then people will be able to extract value out of it. So for me, I think that was the biggest thing that we talk about actually, which then started to look at, okay, we will change this, we'll change the structure there, etc., etc. Dan, what's your review of the show for last year? 40 episodes.
So I think the start was really good. We had definitely some ideas, some topics that we really wanted to talk about at the very beginning, but I think then to some extent we focused too much on our structure that we established at some point. So at some point we established a structure and we really stick to it, and sometimes the process of coming up with topics, with the ideas for next episode was so hard, was so like, oh, okay, let's pick this topic, this idea, so that we can just do this show and forget about it and move to the next one, right? So I remember what you said, like our year-end review, like a month ago, that we are creating show that we don't even want to watch it or listen to it, right?
Yeah,
which
exactly.
was very painful. But sometimes you have this wound, just like I have this wound from CrossFit from last night, and you just need to press it and scream ah, because it's fucking painful, and only pain might enlighten your brain and make you think straight. That's my view. But you know what, the other thing is that what we discussed. So changing the focus of our show, so changing the focus from just entrepreneurship, so to the idea of being hustler overall. Because let's be honest, we are not just hustlers in entrepreneurship. We don't strive to be hustlers just in entrepreneurship. We want to be hustlers in our jobs. Like, okay, I don't have any other job. You have a job.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
but any side hustle that we do, any sports that we do, any
Fitness.
challenges that we set for ourselves, even being hustlers in our families or groups of friends, right? You don't want to be, outsider in those environments. You want to be in the, let's be honest, in the center. You want to be the gravity center of what is going in your life. You don't want to
Mm,
be one of the revolving planets. You want to be the sun.
mm,
You want to attract those things to you. You don't want to just spin around someone else, right?
mm.
Or
Yeah.
something else.
Exactly. And I think this reminds me of another review, which is this all are born from having honest conversation with people. When I first had this thought, and I'm not sure whether I told you this, but I did think like, oh shit, would Dan think this, or would I sound like I'm a bit fussy or whatever? But this idea came out because one of us have to have the courage to say, you know what, I'm actually creating a show that I don't want to watch myself. And then it goes, oh shit, like, okay, that's really bad. And maybe someone else felt the same. So we have to start to really look at it. But it comes from having honest conversation. We didn't hide our feelings. We just go, you know what? Yes, maybe it started as a entrepreneur driven show. Now we are now pivoting to people, just young people like us, but wanting to strive and go to that next level, whether it's in your business, your career, your side hustle, your family, your health, your wealth, your money, whatever. And now we are giving this word hustle a completely different um, definition, which I think brings us right to our vision for what we want to bring this show into the new year. Go on, Dan. You want to
Okay,
say something?
before we roll out with our vision for the
Yeah.
new NHS season 2 of NHS, I wanted to crunch some numbers, maybe not
Oh,
crunch some,
okay.
just present some numbers when it comes to viewership and engagement of our show. Because, like, we are very critical about the show because we wished for better, but actually, it's not that bad after all.
Mm,
Because unfortunately, we don't have the full picture because at some point we started streaming it to Facebook, to our Facebook profiles, and we can't get like overview of the data from Facebook. But I got some overview from Anchor, so from Spotify, Apple Podcasts and stuff like that, and also YouTube. So maybe Anchor numbers are not amazing, but honestly, we didn't promote our Spotify shows enough. Like, we didn't promote our show on Spotify or Apple Podcast enough, that's for sure. And we still managed to accumulate 41 plays there. So
oh, really? Wow.
yeah, so people listen 41 times on those platforms to our episodes, which gives us a little bit more than one play per episode
Mm.
for those platforms. When it comes to YouTube, uh, 40 episodes, of course. Guess how many views? Like, give a rough estimate. Maybe I was
Over
surprised.
40 episodes.
Yeah.
I would say 120
Oh, so on average, or what?
in total. Oh, you mean on average?
Oh, so in total, we accumulated 3,100 views on our episodes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, wow. Okay.
3,100. Uh, when it comes to the
I messed
watch
it up.
time, 421.3 hours. So people
Wow.
watched our faces on YouTube for 421.3 hours. When it comes to top 5 episodes, 4 of them were with guests. And that's the good point to start with our vision for 2022.
Mm. Why don't you carry on? What's your takeaway from that? Because I think I
What's
covered
my
a bit of that
takeaway?
on where we want
We
to.
will we will get more guests on our episodes. Instead of doing guests every 5 episodes, in 2021, we promise to get guests on our episodes every 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And this will not only be entrepreneurial souls, entrepreneurial bodies, these will be hustlers in many different dimensions, let's say.
People, like we said, changing the theme from people who are just in business to people who are striving in certain areas of their life. They want to go above and beyond what normal people would do, basically. So that's where we are. This is where we're going in the new
Yes.
year.
Another thing that we want to do in 2020, 2022, we want to have more fun for us and for you. So we want to be less serious. We want to be more about experiencing, seeing, experimenting than teaching and preaching, because we noticed that there was too much of teaching and preaching, but it's more about provoking thoughts, provoking discussions, because even if we accumulate the experience of let's say Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and try to sell it to you or deliver it to you even for free, you are not able to copy this knowledge for your case. Every single person is an individual, and you cannot copy one by one everyone's learnings. So
Exactly.
we want to be more thought provoking than teaching and preaching.
Exactly. Exactly that. So like we said, we want to have more fun. We want to be more of ourselves, because then great things happen. And we don't want to be someone who we are not. And I think that's the theme for today, right? Which is, we really just want to be ourselves, and you need to be you. You need to be your version. You need to be how you present yourself at your best. It doesn't matter what other people do. It doesn't matter what people tell you to do. You have to work out what works best for you, because now you will be in flow. We will talk about things, and now we'll do things different. And I think this reminds me of one person, Dan. It's like we are going to do Gary Vaynerchuk for our own show. He just says, just document your process. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to create a fucking, sorry. Yeah. See, when I'm in it,
No,
then
that's what it is. We should curse. We should put words like fuck, motherfucker,
oh god,
fucking.
wow.
Yeah, sorry. If YouTube will demonetize us, even though we don't earn anything on YouTube yet. Okay, yeah. So that's the idea of the
There we
Newborn
go.
Hustlers show for 2021. For,
Yeah,
for Dan to be more Dan, and for Zayne to be more Zayne, and
exactly.
for you to be more you. And drop some comments. Like if you are watching this on our Facebook, on our YouTube, drop some comments. It will help us to spread message to more people, so they can also benefit from this thought-provoking process, from us documenting our process and engaging with you.
Exactly. Mic drop. We'll go.
Okay, mic drop. We finish. Follow us on Instagram and watch us next week, 9:30. Oh, so there is another change. We will be streaming at 9:30 Central European time, from this episode onwards. Okay, see
Yeah.
you next week. Bye.
See you next week, bye.